Hi, this is Kat with Beadaholique, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a box knot keychain using ultra suede cord. Now I have a finished example here of what we're going to be making. So you can see that we have our beautiful box knot going down the length. We have our split ring there at the top, which is going to attach to whatever we want it to. And then I'm going to show you how to finish it off using some lovely little beads and little knots. So I'm going to be using, like I said, the microfiber suede, and this is in 3 millimeters. So I have two lengths here. I have two lengths that are exactly the same. They're 30 inches each for my demonstration here. You can go longer or shorter, but just so you know, this is about the size of what you're going to make for 30 inches. All right. So I have my little seed beads here, and we're going to add those a little bit later. And I have my 8 millimeter split ring. Again, you can use a larger split ring. It is entirely up to you, or you can use a larger, bigger keychain. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to kind of separate this into a nice little cross that's going to go up and down and to the side. And on the one here in the center, we're going to slide on our little ring. Make sure that falls right in the center there. You can just kind of pick them up and judge them. There we go. It's just about the center. And then for my second length, I'm going to place it right on top. So now we're going to do our first box knot. So this is how you're going to want to start. So keep that as close as you can to the center, but don't worry, we're going to sort of adjust that. So we're just going to take one cord and bring it up and over the top and kind of hold that down. Bring this up and over. So we have two little standing loops here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the right hand side, we're going to go up and over this first one, and we're going to go through that second little loop. So we're going to kind of pull that close and just like that. We're going to keep it sort of loose for now. And then we're going to do the same with our other cord. We're going to go up and over this first cord, and we're going to go through that loop on the other side. And I'm just going to pull this through just very gently. All right, so now what we're going to do, and you can see there's our box knot, and we're just going to pull all cords evenly towards the center, and this is where you're keeping that little keychain center right there, and just pulling. And with the ultra suede, because it is a sort of flattened rectangular cord, you're going to be able to see this box knot come together. Now, before you fully tighten it, you see how mine's still kind of loosey-goosey. We want to flip it over and make sure nothing is sort of flipped or twisted. And we also want to kind of bring all four cords together out to one side and just make sure everything's kind of even. Looks like I got a little off there, so we're just going to kind of adjust. So I'm just going to pull this one a little bit more. And as you can see, this first one is the hardest part, but once you get this going, it is actually really fun and easy. So if you're working with kids, maybe you start this one and then have the kiddos do the other ones. This is a great kind of summer camp project. This is something I learned way back when. All right, so there is our box knot that you can see. So now we still have our cords in that little cross pattern. And if you flip it over, again, we'll make sure that nothing is gotten twisted at the top. So now let's do that again. And this is where it gets a little bit easier because now everything has a side. And what I mean is this cord here coming out the top is going to stay to the left side. So even when I bring that down, it's going to stay to the left. And this, when I bring it up, it's going to stay to the right. And then same with this cord out to the right, it's going to stay to the top. And I'm going to go up and through that top loop there and bring that across. And then with my bottom cord here, to the one to the left, is going to go up and through that loop to the bottom and come out to the right there. Now we're going to kind of scooch all those together, same sort of thing. I'm trying to keep mine on the table, but it can be a little bit easier if you just go ahead and pick it up. Now you can see what starts to happen is sometimes they start to twist like that. You want to make sure that they don't do that and that they come together nice and easily and just sort of scooch it together one cord at a time, and that's how you'll get your nice little tight box knot. You can see that they just come together. Because what we want to achieve is a nice straight box knot. You can see all the cords are laying nice and flat here. This is what we're going for. So when you start to look at it from the side, you'll start to see that develop. And if some part got twisted, you can fix that but you kind of have to fix it as you go. So that's one thing that we want to watch out for. All right, I'm going to show you one more time real quick because things do flip around. So whichever side things are on, they're just going to stay there. So this is going to come down. This is going to come up. This one is going to go now through the bottom because it's on the bottom side. It's going to go through my little loop. Now to the side. This one is going to go up and over through that loop, out to the side. And we do have a video showing you how to do a box knot using paracord. So if you're using a rounded cord, the only difference is that you don't have to watch out for all this flipping. But I thought it would be really fun. Oops, and you see mine flipped right there. So I'm going to pull that out just a little bit and twist that. There we go. I thought it would be really fun to show you how to do it with the Ultra Suede, because one of the first materials I learned with were these plastic cords that you can do this with. So that was another kind of inspiration for this design. All right, so we have our box knot going, keep going, and I'm going to show you how to finish it off once we have gotten to the length that we want. And for this, it's going to be about 2 inches or so. All right, so keep on going, and I'll show you how to finish it off right when we get back. All right, so I've brought all 4 cords down here to the bottom. I'm happy with my length. And now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do a really basic overhand knot. So just go ahead and take all 4 of those cords, tie a little overhand knot, and pull them all through at the same time. And then we're just gonna scooch that down as close as we can to the top. You might need to sort of pull on individual strands just to tighten that up. We are gonna pull and make sure that we have a nice looking overhand knot. There we go. Give a little tug on each of those guys. Make sure it is nice and snug. So that is our little overhand knot. And now to these 4 little cords here, what we're going to do is I'm going to string on my little seed beads, and you can see that I've cut them at an angle. Now you can use a pair of flush cutters to sort of cut those right at an angle, or you can also use a pair of scissors as well. And the other tool that might be helpful here is a pair of tweezers. So what we're going to do is you're just going to slip that through, and I can grab that with my nails, but if you can't, a little pair of tweezers can always help just pull that through. So go ahead and slide that guy down, and we're just going to do a little overhand knot with that end. And again, if you are having trouble getting it through there, there we go. You can use your little tweezers. So give that a nice little tug, and then you can slide your bead down. Now these are 1/0 seed beads that I'm using here today. Oh, I get to show you how to do this. Here we go. And just cut that at a nice sharp angle, and we'll be able to get that through. You can also use gemstones, you can use other seed beads, you can use pony beads. There's lots of options here. You're just going to want to make sure that that hole is going to be large enough. Now you can see that these are really tight on here, and that's what I wanted. I didn't want them to kind of move around too much. But you can absolutely make that decision for yourself. But this is a 3mm cord, so you're going to want to make sure that those holes are going to fit. All right, there we go. And again, you can make these longer, you can create a loop, you can finish them in different styles if you like. If you are working with paracord, you can finish it with a lighter. But again, if you are working with kids, please, mom and dad, definitely take care of that for them. All right, and my last one here, pull that through, make my little loop. And the fun thing to do is you can actually do this with 2 different colors too, so you can get a really fun little pattern happening in here. So if you use 2 different colors, it'll create a nice little sort of separation. So that is how you can make a box knot keychain using Ultra Suede cord. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can find all of these supplies and see even more tutorial videos by heading over to Beadaholique.com.